Good morning, I'm Jasmine Anderson. The fate of dozens of NYPD officers could be decided today. They could lose their jobs over claims they entered false information on their applications. The officers received notices of disqualification, but were hired anyway. The PBA president called the proposed firings an absolute travesty. New York's Attorney General is investigating a deadly police shooting in Centereach. Police say Emilson Johan Ordenanez Venegas stabbed a man in the neck Sunday, then returned to the scene carrying a knife. That's when they say officers shot and killed the 29-year-old. Former Governor Andrew Cuomo still plans to run for New York City mayor.
The general election is in November, and I am in it to win it.
Cuomo posted this video online weeks after losing the Democratic primary to State Assemblyman Zoran Mondani. Cuomo plans to continue his mayoral run as an independent. New York is among 24 states suing the Trump administration, claiming it illegally froze nearly $7 billion in education funds. The state attorney general says that could affect after-school care, ESL classes, and teacher training programs. According to the Associated Press, the federal education department said the money would not be released until it reviewed those programs. Only in Newsday, Northwell has tapped a new doctor to head its pediatric services. Dr. Anne-Marie Strustrup has a clinical and biotechnology background. We spoke to her about the importance of communication between pediatricians and their patients.
Making sure that everybody is on the same page and understands that we all want the same things. We all want healthy children and we all want healthy communities.
Northwell's pediatric services are headquartered in New Hyde Park. Checking out your Tuesday weather, last night's wet weather could linger with us through the morning. It's wet out there this morning here at Sag-Main Beach and Sagaponack. Showers may pop up before the afternoon. Otherwise, it's cloudy with highs in the 70s and 80s. Tomorrow, the sun comes out and so does the humidity, so get ready for it. Temps will be in the 80s, but it'll feel like the high 90s. And the end of the week could be a bit unsettled. Saturday looks like the better weekend day. Sunday, we could see rain. Monday, we're in the 80s.
Long Island weather is brought to you by Sun Nation Energy, helping Long Island homes and businesses save with solar for over 20 years.
Only a Newsday, shark sightings may start to become more and more common on Long Island. Virginia Huey tells us why.
There's more and more shark sightings here as the years have come to pass.
Beachgoers have noticed an uptick in shark sightings along Long Island's South Shore in recent years. Now, a Stony Brook University study finds sharks who come to Long Island waters for the summer are staying longer.
What we found is that as sort of ocean conditions become warmer, sharks are more likely to hang around for extended periods of time and actually delay the timing that they leave.
The study tracked 6 shark species over 5 years by tagging them and acoustically tracking their movements. Researchers found that ocean warming delayed 5 shark species' southern migrations by anywhere from 1 to 29 days.
It has the sort of capacity to change what we call the balance of the food web or the balance of the ecosystem.
Experts say if sharks stay around for longer periods of time, they could be feeding more extensively on some of the prey species that humans rely on for food. Their extended presence in an area is also a sign of global warming.
The more fossil fuels we continue to burn, the more forests that we tend to cut down, which is becoming more and more of an issue these days, the greater likelihood that we're going to see an increase in planetary temperature, which is going to drastically impact the wildlife. And at the end of the day, it's going to affect us.
For Newsday TV, I'm Virginia Huey.
To read more about this story on Newsday.com, click Get More below the Newsday TV video box. The Yankees have several players taking part in the All-Star game as the team heads into the break. Newsday's Eric Boland takes a look at what the Bombers need to do in the second half of the season.
The Yankees have had quite the roller coaster first half. At one point, two different 6-game losing streaks. At one point, losing 16 out of 22. However, going into the All-Star break, they did seem to right the ship somewhat. And the big question as the Yankees go into the second half of the season is, what will General Manager Brian Cashman do in terms of upgrading this roster so the Yankees can make a run at winning their second straight American League pennant? They have 3 significant needs that Brian Cashman will try to address before that July 31st trade deadline. They need some starting pitching depth, but they also just as desperately need back end of the bullpen help, and also third base. That position is a complete mess for the Yankees, so that the Yankees in pretty good shape when you compare them to the rest of the American League as the second half gets underway after the All-Star game in Atlanta, and it's going to be a fascinating 2.5 weeks leading up to the July 31st trade deadline. For Newsday TV, this is Eric Boland.
To read more about the Yankees on Newsday.com, click Get More below the Newsday TV video box.
This is a brood frame. These are all baby bees.
If you hear buzzing near your office, you may run into some hard-working bees, and standing right next to them is this man who is also working just as hard.
Will Duncan, urban beekeeper with Alveole. I've been doing it for 2 years, and I love learning and working with honeybees.
Will Duncan is an urban beekeeper, which means his company partners with other companies to allow hives on their commercial property. Hives that, as you can see, are putting in the tough hours.
Bees are very self-sufficient. They can survive by themselves. We help them a lot. We give them treatment for pests. We make sure they're fed. If there's a struggling hive, we really help them.
And as you can see from my veil and distance, I'm very much away from Duncan because this job can sting a bit. But according to the man with no veil, protective covering, and seemingly no cares in the world, those stings don't last forever.
Bees can totally read your energy. Like I said, the first 2 months of this job were pretty crazy and I was freaked out. I was getting stung, it hurt, it was scary. The second I became bored doing this, they stopped stinging me.
Being bored is not really an option for a busy urban beekeeper. They have to visit multiple hives in different locations and, at the same time, make sure the bees, the hives, and surrounding ecosystems are healthy and humming.
Literally perfecto. This is like a frame of baby bees. Next time I'm here, all of these capped cells are gonna have been opened. The bees will come out. That will be the new workforce.
So what brings a person to wake up, hop in their truck, and maybe get stung Monday through Friday, 9 to 5?
I would say curiosity. Your curiosity has to be stronger than any other feelings while you're beekeeping. I'm on roofs, I'm getting hot, I'm getting stung. There can be bad days on this job. And your curiosity to learn about this animal, the bee, the honeybee, has to be stronger than all those other feelings of frustration about getting stung, or you're hot, or your hive's not doing that well. You have to approach it with curiosity.
Ken Bufa, Newsday TV.
I'm with you, Ken. I'm going to stick to the honey. To see more LI Work segments on Newsday.com, click Get More below the Newsday TV video box.
Powerful and personal. Newsday's documentaries explore the Long Island experience. Now streaming on Newsday TV.
You can see more on these stories on Newsday.com and watch us streaming anytime on Local Now, YouTube, and the other services you see right here. I'm Jasmine Anderson. Thank you so much for watching.